Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Marcus and Jamie here.
Happy Wine Time Live.
Wine Time Live, episode number 29.
Absolutely.
What's it called?
The Lost Frenchmen. I
The
forgot what
Lost
it's called.
Frenchmen.
The Lost Frenchmen.
The Lost Frenchmen, or the Lost French Brothers. Because there's two of them. Well, I guess men, French men, MEN. Lost Frenchmen couldn't be two, right? It's plural.
Yes.
That's the Lost French man.
Yes.
Lost Frenchman. The Lost Frenchman.
In the meantime, I'm going to pour some wine.
Yes, you are. So, all right. So, as always, this is really not about the wine. It's about the stories of the winery and the wine travel. And it's from our personal experiences throughout the wine world in Italy, extensively through Italy, through Spain, all through New York, all through California, and now
Mexico.
Valle de Guadalupe in Baja California, Mexico. So those are the wine regions.
Say that again.
Mexico. Mexico. That's how they say it down there, Mexico.
That's how you say it down there.
Everybody says Mexico down there.
Well,
So
we'll record it when we're there again.
we are going to Ernesto when we go visit Ernesto.
Yes.
We're actually on our way to Mexican wine country here in just 4 days from now, from the recording of this. And we're going down for another week, and we're going to have a fantastic time the first time, and the second time is going to be just as good, if not better, because we're going with great friends of ours.
We are.
In the restaurant business. We're going with Jim and Shannon.
They love wine.
Wine. They love to travel.
They love to travel.
And we like to hang out with them. They're great people. So, as always, what's this brought by, Jamie? Who's our sponsor?
VIPWineryVacations.com. So VIP Winery Vacations with an S.com. You can check us out. We do winery trips. We give you an experience. It's not only about the traveling, because everyone can travel, but it's about traveling with us, going to wineries, and experiencing an amazing opportunity, experience, and a lifetime experience. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Lifetime memories are not optional.
Not optional.
They are.
That's what I was kind of looking for you to say. that what is it? Memories are not optional.
Lifetime memories are not optional.
I like that.
So basically, we're taking you to our friends' vineyards.
Absolutely.
All the people we know through the wine world we've met over the last 20 years that we know personally, we take you to their vineyards and amazing wine countries in Italy, Spain, in New York, California, and now Valle de Guadalupe in Baja Mexico. All right, so now we'll get past that. Also, Aroma Time Bistro.
Absolutely. In upstate New York, in Ellenville. We are a farm-to-table restaurant, and we cater to lots of different people. We cater to different, diets. And we are very conscious about all the ingredients that we bring into the restaurant, including behind the bar. So real food, great bar. Our bar is all independent spirits and wines, and it is an amazing view if you're sitting at the bar. Get some food, sit at the bar, have the cocktail of the day, have an awesome, amazing drink made by our bartenders or myself. We get lots of people that come in and want me to make their drink.
I know, right? Because you're the one on Facebook all the time doing your live videos.
Yes.
Cocktail time with Jamie. Absolutely. So of course, Aroma Time THYME Bistro in Ellenville, New York, 90 miles north of New York City. Come and see us. Come say hello. Farm to table, first green certified restaurant in upstate New York, and just beautiful 90-mile drive north of New York City. All right, now on to our experience of the Lost Frenchman.
The Lost Frenchman. I love that name. I wonder what this is about.
So through our wine travels, we've known wherever we've traveled in the US here, New York and California, we've come across French winemakers that have moved into these territories and started making wine.
Well, French wine is very prestigious, right? Like when you hear of French wine, you think very high end, very
especially
classy.
Bordeaux or Burgundy
right.
Are the two most notable regions. Of course, Champagne, very notable region. So we've come across French winemakers in New York because they're coming to stake their claim, because there's like New York's the frontier to be at. California was the frontier to be at, so you had some French winemakers moving there. I've never seen any French winemakers in Italy, though. Have you? All the wineries have been to in Italy,
I
I've
don't think
never
so,
seen
because
a,
it's Italian.
it's Italian. It's Italian. I don't know if they're
You
not
don't
welcome
have-
there.
You don't have French French winemakers in Italy, I guess. I don't know. But
So on a recent trip to the Baja
Mexico,
we ran into two French brothers
we sure did.
making amazing
You
wine.
love that word, amazing.
I love their wine. I think their wine is
Their
amazing.
wine is amazing.
Bodegas Henri Lurton in Valle de Guadalupe. The father sent them, the brothers, from Margaux, the region of Margaux in Bordeaux, Cantiac, very famous chateau in the Margaux district of Bordeaux. And the story goes that there was an up-and-coming winemaker in Ensenada, Lulu,
Yes.
a native in Mexico, going to wine school, getting her wine degree, needed to go on internship. She had made some great connections down there. I'm not sure if it was with Jaime Palafox first, but she made some great connections down there. And she went off to Bordeaux to perfect her craft, to do her internship.
To learn.
Yeah,
to
and
learn.
she ended up at Cantiac in Margaux. So not bad, right? So she worked there for quite some time, did her internship, worked there for a few years, and convinced the owners that her region of Mexico was the up-and-coming Napa Valley of the United States, or North America, actually. Convinced them, and they came down, took a look. She came back. She's a winemaker of 4 or 5 wineries down there, according to Broom.
Wait, it might even be more. It might
More.
even be 8 or so.
Bruma, Palafox. She's a winemaker at several places. So, and we met her on our last trip
We
there,
sure did.
and we'll meet her again on our next trip. But so she convinced Lurton, the Lurton family, that they should
open a winery.
Yep.
In Valle de Guadalupe.
Yeah, in
Baja Mexico.
Baja, yeah. So we did a great interview with one of the sons. And remember what we when we asked them about the food?
Oh yeah.
Because French, you're coming from Bordeaux, you're coming from the classic French food foundation of France, besides Lyon, France. Bordeaux is like, really, this is where classic French comes from. And French to Mexican is vastly different.
So French is very cream, sugar,
butter,
like
heavy foods.
And then you go to Mexico and it's spicy foods. And he was like, I did not like spicy food when I got here. His mouth was hot and he did not like it.
He said he was basically lost.
He was lost.
He was lost in that
cuisine.
cuisine.
He didn't know what to eat. He had no idea.
He had no idea the food. Didn't speak Spanish. I'm sure Lulu was helping them through the transition, but he was like, he did not like spicy food. Still doesn't like spicy food, so he has to be careful because French cuisine does not have all those chili peppers and all those kind of flavors like that. So they were basically lost down there trying to figure it out, the Mexican food, and try to make wine down there.
But their wines are incredible. I would probably think that their wines will very, very well pair with spicy food. Like, so we're drinking a Chenin Blanc right now from Henry Lurton. It is not the typical Chenin Blanc. It's a little bit lighter, I think, than a South African Chenin Blanc. And do they make Chenin Blanc in France?
Yes. Loire Valley.
So it's not as fruit forward, I think, as some Chenin Blancs.
The depth of it's not.
This is a little bit more minerally and a little bit more mellow. And so I mean, this wine is, I can't remember if we had it with Mexican food. I don't think we have, but it will go perfectly with Mexican food.
Ceviche.
Yeah.
I would love to have this with ceviche.
Yeah.
Now, their wines are a little more on the expensive side.
They are.
Most Mexican wines are not that.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap. Very small production, very small family, handcrafted. So they haven't scaled the bigger production. So they have to absorb the cost of their operation in a smaller bottle count. These guys, I think the 2 brothers are making some of the best wines in the valley.
They're only making a few wines though, right? It was only like 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
They were not making an abundance of wine.
And the one thing about them is, so first of all, tell the story about how we got there. So we were at Casa Magoni, right? We're on that street where Finca Altozano is.
We couldn't figure out where they were located. We were like, where are they? Where are they?
We went on GPS.
We kept going back and forth, back and forth. We finally called the importer, right?
Yep.
And we were like, so where is this place? Like
Yeah, we're
we
like,
don't
Tom,
see it.
Tom, I'm lost because
And
I
he goes,
pull up.
it's in a warehouse around the side. You'll see the name on the garage door. There's two sides, right? One was Lurton and one was another winery.
Casa Magoni. We were at Casa Magoni down the road.
Oh, that
and
was
that's
their
just-
storage.
And this
or
was their
the-
storage
yeah,
facility.
Yeah.
So, and in Mexico, you just don't want to like pull into random people's driveways.
Well, you just don't know.
We don't know. We didn't know.
don't
We didn't know. We were driving. And so we pull up to call Tom on the phone. He says, no, you're at the right place. Trust me, the white building, you're at the right place.
Yep.
Drive around to the left-hand side. You'll
Park
see some
on the
cars.
side, yeah.
And we turn around to the left-hand side, and all of a sudden it's like, there's cars. There's a parking lot. There's a beautiful front entrance.
Yeah.
And we're like, wow, for a
Wow.
warehouse, this is like all like decked out on the
Yeah,
side.
it was nice.
They don't officially have a tasting room.
No, they don't.
There's no sign.
No.
So you would never know to
But they
pull
were
in.
making wine inside when we were there.
Yes.
But you would never know to pull in there to taste wine because
No,
I don't think they really are selling wine like that. I don't think
They're
they
not.
have a tasting room and you can go.
they don't
in
have an
and do it.
official
So,
tasting
yeah.
room. They're not doing that. They're wholesaling their wine out to restaurants in Mexico.
And distributors.
Distributors,
outside of
yeah.
Mexico, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And in the United
and New York,
States.
which is why we have their bottled wine in New York, thanks to Tom from La Competición Imports out of Napa. So he is the #1 wine importer out of Mexico. He represents about a dozen wineries. So really cool. And this is one of his gems. He has a lot of gems down there. He picks a lot of really great wines.
Yeah.
Out of the 100 or so wineries in Mexico, he has about 12 of them. So if you were to drive down, the Valle de Guadalupe is set up like Napa. You have the main road and you have Silverado Trail. So these two roads run parallel to each other. And you can cross over from one to the other, from one to the other, from one to the other as you go up and down the valley, just like Silverado Trail. It goes back and forth. So it gets confusing because you're on one side one day and it says Casa Magoni, and then you're on the other side the other day and you're driving. If you don't know, it says
Casa
Magoni. You're
this
like,
way.
well, we went all the way around the other day to go.
Then why
Casa
did we
Magoni.
do that? Right.
Why do we do that? So, but if you were driving up and down Valle de Guadalupe and you were going from winery to winery or taking a tour, you would totally pass this winery because you would not know they existed. No sign, no tasting room, and yeah, no sign, no tasting room. So you totally pass them over. Meantime, a quarter mile down the street is Finca Altazino, Javier Placenta's restaurant, Chef Javier.
Which is where we found them, right? Just by driving down the road, and we went there for lunch.
We went to lunch to
It was
Javier's place.
amazing.
Oh, the food.
And we didn't know about it.
We didn't know about it.
But it's a whole complex, right? It's a whole complex. So I'm assuming, I don't know when we go this next trip if it's going to be if everything will be open. I don't know, but they have a creamery, they had a gift shop,
Mhm.
they had a restaurant. I think, did they have a winery on premise, or they were selling wine,
They
or
were selling wine.
something like that as well? So it'll
A
be
wine
cool.
shop. There was a wine
and,
shop.
and of course, we just didn't know. Like
We
we
didn't know.
really didn't know. Your first time there, you don't really know what you're going towards. But I gotta tell you, everywhere you went, there was food on every winery,
Every winery.
every road. There was places to eat. I mean, I am so excited about eating and drinking there again. I just can't wait.
We're gonna eat and drink our way through Valle de
Oh, yeah.
Guadalupe with friends.
And hopefully we're going to go to some different places,
We are.
which we are. And then we're going to go to some of the same places because we just love the experience.
Usually you take care of the itinerary and do all the
I know
planning.
this time you did it all.
I did everything this time.
Thank God. I got to tell you, it took a little relief off me. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you have planned this time. Yeah, so we're gonna go visit Henry Luton again, I believe.
I don't have that on the list.
Oh, you don't?
I don't have that on the list.
I thought we were. Okay. I thought
But
you
you know,
talked
we're-
about it the other day with
We're
Tom.
already, well, we talked about adding it in because the one winery we can't go to. So we'll probably add it back in. There's another day that we need another winery in there that we can fit another winery, and the wineries are so close,
They
quarter
are.
mile apart.
Mhm.
And we're already eating at Finca Altazana, which is a quarter mile down the road. So Casa Magoni.
I bet we could just stop in
Finca.
and say hi, and they'd probably
They
say,
would.
"Come on in."
They
and
would
they'd
do that.
welcome us because it down there. That's what it kind of seems like. They're very open to visitors and having people come in and that kind of
Yes.
stuff. But it's always better to be an expected guest than to just show up and not be able to be taken care of.
Right. So when we go to brand new places that we don't know, because that happens. Is we're going to an area and we'll have someone say, "Oh, you got to check out that winery." For us, we never just pop in.
Yeah.
Because when you pop in, nobody knows you, right? Every now and then we will pop in if we're driving, we see it. But even if we're driving and we see it, we call the importer. We've been
Right.
driving through Spain, driving through Italy, and we'll see a wine. We're like, "Oh, call the importer really quick."
Right.
call the distribution company, have them call the winery for us, because they're going to call the winery. They're going to say, okay, Jamie and Marcus are in town from New York. They want to come visit the winery in half an hour or tomorrow, whatever day it is. And they are great customers of ours here. Please show them a good time. They're VIPs.
Right.
They buy a lot of wine from us. They're VIPs. Roll out the red carpet for them. And through this process of being VIPs, and then guests coming with us, because we know the wineries, everybody is a VIP, thus the VIP winery vacations.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's how that whole thing came about, because the wineries truly roll out the red carpet for us.
Sure do.
If you were on a regular tour,
you would not get some of the wines that we get. You would not be taken care of the way that we're taken care of. You would not meet the owners. You would just not get the experience. I mean, the experience is what makes the trip. I mean, it is a lifetime experience that is amazingly priceless.
Yeah. Lifetime memories are not optional.
Yeah.
They're mandatory.
Well,
they're mandatory.
they are
Lifetime memories
mandatory.
are mandatory.
And we love to make memories. So
yeah,
we love to take people with us to travel, and we'd love for you to travel with us. So, check out some of our tours at VIPwineryvacations.com.
Everything's broke out regions. When you get onto the website, you'll see Mexico. You'll see
New
York.
New
York. You'll see New York. You'll see Hudson Valley, which we do your car, our driver, different type of service. But if you have a tour here for the Hudson Valley and you're 10, 12, 15 people, we'll totally get you on a bus, a van, take you around and roll the red carpet out for you here too as well. So don't worry about that. We can do that. But our main business in the Hudson Valley is your car, our driver. Our insured drivers will drive your car under our insurance and get you around safely to all the wineries.
Absolutely.
And that's a new venture as of 2021.
Yep.
Summer 2021. We've started that with Courtney. And so we're super excited to have that service here in the Hudson Valley. And a lot of wineries are very excited to have that service. So, if you've not tried Mexican wine, try to find some.
If not, come to Aroma Time. We have lots of Mexican wine, or come join us in Mexico.
The biggest problem with finding Mexican wine is they don't produce a lot.
No.
So by not producing a lot,
they produce, it's just not imported as much.
It's not imported, right? But
I mean, they're producing down there. It's just their production sizes at all the wineries are not a lot. But there's over 100 wineries, so there's a lot of wine.
There's a lot of wine coming from out of Mexico, but it's like New York. Like you pull into one of these small wineries and they're making 3,500 cases. Right. There's not enough. When there's 3,500 cases of wine being made in a facility in Mexico, there's not enough for New York, California, Texas, and Florida. There's not enough to go around. Right. Plus their own market, there's just not enough. So, and then some of the wineries we went to made as little as 1,000 cases, 1,500 cases. We were just at a winery here in New York that he was only making 800, and he was like, "I'll ramp it up to 15. I'll ramp it up to 3,000, and once I hit the 3,000 mark, then I will start wholesaling to restaurants." Right. Once I hit the 3,000 mark, because at 1,000 cases, he's going to sell everything through his vineyard. Everything walks in at full price. So the vineyards rather do that than find an exporter, distributor, take a 30-40% loss on it, 50% loss on it. But this is only the distributors are great for when they have larger quantities. So so if you can find Mexican wine here in the United States,
definitely
experiment, try it. It's something totally new and totally different. Some of the wines you can find retail for $15, and some of the wines you can find retail for $80. Right. Ones we've tried that are $80, well worth it.
Absolutely.
All right, so Bodegas Henri Lurton. This is the Chenin Blanc that we're drinking, and we're going to sign off now and finish this bottle. And everybody have an amazing day. Follow us on Instagram, VIP Winery Vacations, and Aroma Time Farm to Table Bistro on Instagram, our restaurant. And that's it.
Cheers.